Hi, good morning, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of the ORourke Report, where we talk about things reality television and mostly Bravo, but reality television, anything that is going on in pop culture that I think everybody's talking about, and that may have an observation about. So thanks again for popping in. Oh, and while we're at it, if you want to be notified every time we do one of these, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button, notification button, any of those buttons. Mostly the subscribe and like and notification. Those are the important ones. That would guarantee that you'd never miss an episode. You'll know when a new one comes out, and it helps you, as I call them, my YouTubian overlords, develop their analytics on who's watching where. I think last week I mentioned uh, uh, all the new subscribers I was getting from Ireland. Well, I'm getting not only Ireland, but I'm getting a lot of viewers from Mexico. So, hola, welcome, bienvenidos, and enjoy. So, anyway, okay, let's go on. Some little housekeeping things that I've been meaning to mention. I don't know if you guys watch Big Brother. I personally have watched it since the first season. I don't think I've missed an episode. But this season they have a contestant on that is, wow, she is a crazy, crazy ass wild card. She's a middle-aged woman, very soccer mom face. Very motherly to all the kids, except that she has got like this crazy paranoid streak that when her paranoia kicks into gear, I mean, no, I didn't mention this. The first person that got kicked off the show, she was head of household. First person, and she backdoored them, was the alpha male. Now, the alpha male usually is right in there to the end. He bands together with a showmance right away, or he bands together with another one of his broskies. And the alpha males usually stay in the game a pretty long time. The fact that this one, I call her the Betty Broderick contestant. She's a little reminiscent of how Broderick, if you recall who she was in the sensational murder trial from the 90s. Looks like her too. She went a little crazy. She went paranoid. She accused everybody of lying to her, and she successfully backdoored the alpha male, who the other contestants looked at each other and said, "Ooh, we are not going to get this chance to get rid of this guy again, probably, because once he bros up and once he gets the showmance, he gets protected with numbers." So he got voted out. So she's very interesting to watch. She's a little kooky crazy. She is the wild card. So I'm glad they were able to bring her aboard. Okay. All right. Oh, you know how last year they had the Hollywood strike, and what they were striking about, a lot of the actors was the proliferation of AI characters taking human jobs. And you see it more and more. And one way you can notice it, you probably have already noticed it. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and especially if there's documentary where somebody is a narrator, the narrator is, in a lot of cases, AI. And the one way you can always tell, there'll be a simple word that they mispronounce. The other day I was watching somebody, and instead of saying canvassing, he said canvassing. I know on my phone, I use, instead of Siri's voice, I use a British voice, a guy I call him Nigel. My Nigel can't pronounce Meadowbrook. He says Meadowbrook. Um, I heard one the other day that they were supposed to say Elizabethan, and they said Elizabethan. Yeah, Elizabethan. So it's very interesting. So if you want to get a sense of how uh, pervasive this is. It's just every time you hear those mispronunciations, that's a little AI character. Okay, we have two things on the OC. Love the Dubrows staging their sunset cocktail confab, husband and wife, and clinking their martini glasses as the sun beautifully sets behind them from their Hollywood penthouse or the Beverly Hills penthouse. Um, I don't know why the editors and the cameramen give them such a break, but they do, and I think it's probably because they're both so savvy when it comes to the camera that they get away with these sweetheart shots. But the only thing that makes me question, and I say to myself, I hope the Dubrows, no, I'm AI, the Dubrows marriage is as serene as they portray it. It's because boy, oh boy, it just comes across as I know, a little unbelievable, a little saccharine to me. But as long as they're happy, they appear to be happy, and they're buying real estate left and right, and they're selling it left and right, and they're hooked up with Josh from $1 Million Listing. Good for them. Okay, other little thing, very strange. I thought it was very strange behavior on Emily's part. I forget whose house they were visiting, or they got to somebody's house and they were just going to pick the person up, and Emily needed to go to the ladies' room. So instead of going into the person's house, she urinated outside in front of her house. I I just I just thought that was tone deaf is not the word. I just thought it was very strange. I can't remember if she was drunk or not, but boy, excuse me. I thought that was strange. Tell me what you think. Okay. One small thing before Jersey. If you guys watch Below Deck, which I love Below Deck, I love them all. I love sailing, down under, Mediterranean, the whole thing. This season's villain is a second stew named Ellie. I don't know what her nationality is. I think she's like Serbian. She's got that Russian, Eastern European accent. She's very good, but she really is. She got mad at the third stew because the third stew was flirting with a guy that she wanted to flirt with. And she really started coming down on this third stew hard. And this third stew is not very good. So it's easy to rattle her. And she's really come across as the villain in the way that she treats this third stew. So anyway, she's on Watch What Happens Live this week. And Andy, as Andy does, as Andy likes to, bring up these controversial subjects, he brings up something about her treatment or something. The question was something. If looking it back now that you've seen this season, would you change the way that you dealt with Bray? Her answer, right in the camera, unequivocally, absolutely. She goes, "This show has afforded me the opportunity that not a lot of people get to see, and that's how you're perceived by others." I know how I thought I was coming across, but then I saw how others were seeing me, and it was a big wake up call. I mean, wow, so honest, so direct, nothing. She wasn't playing to the camera to try to get brownie points on this. She really sincerely said that it was a big wake up call for her, and she's glad that she got it. Kudos to you, Ellie, because that is the right answer. So anyway, let's go on to Jersey. It was very predictable. The women all showed up at this restaurant, and they, slow camera shots as they were all walking in to show the outfits. Rachel was dressed seriously like she was in Mob Wives. Very. Marge also had this black outfit on, and she said she was a Hungarian assassin, which we'll get to it. She certainly was. And I think Jackie came with mostly in black, but with a white top. Teresa, I forget what she had on. And so anyway, they all square off across from each other. Dolores, who, I'm not buying this for a second, that Dolores actually, in her heart of hearts, thought there would be any resolution to getting these women together. I think that is, I don't know what the right word is, but it is certainly not authentic that she thought there was any hope of anything being resolved. This is a group that is deeply entrenched. This is years why Dolores pretends that somehow they'll be able to maturely work out their differences. Like, and I've said this on the last episode, the Married to Medicine cast, but you've got a different level of intellectual maturity on that show than you do on Jersey. So it's the first big thing that happens is that Jennifer Aydin, with that horrible, horrible mouth and name calling, pokes Danielle Cabral, who picks up a plastic water pitcher, the story that all Teresa's friends had been putting out there all summer was that it was a glass uh, water pitcher that she threw at Jen Aydin. It was plastic. She dropped it. Everything splashed on Jen Aydin. And at this point, Jen Flessler gets up and she leaves. She goes, I'm not going to sit around for this. Okay. I don't think it made a hell of a difference to the other women, but she left. The production came in. Danielle was hustled off to the ladies' room, and Teresa tries to insert herself in the conversation, and Danielle looks at Teresa and says, Teresa, this is not about. Oh, yeah. Teresa inserts herself into the conversation by blaming Marge. Running after Danielle. See how Marge stirs things up? And Danielle just turns around and says, Teresa, this is not about you. And she's still yapping like a dog, blaming Marge for this fracas when Danielle's not having any of it. She doesn't want to hear any of stuff. So anyway, uh, who was that? Oh yeah, I think I think this is when Dolores first came to the restaurant. She was the first to arrive, and they had a separate room where they weren't going to have them in the restaurant proper, but a private room for them. And she's looking out the window, and she goes, "Oh, look at it, so nice out. The birds outside." And the camera cuts to a circling hawk. About to go in for the kill. They were, cute little birdies. They were hawks circling. So anyway, the main reveal, the big thing that happens, of course, is Teresa and Marge go back and forth. Teresa with the name calling doesn't have much. Marge stays right up. Boy, she was like a Hungarian assassin. And it is, again, all revolving around who leaked to the press the tape that was in the possession of Louis' fiance, this one who tried to get the restraining order against him and was not able to get it. So anyway, a couple of years ago, when Teresa first started dating this guy before she married him, what was really at 21, what was released to all the bloggers was this tape of Louis, one of his creepy little devotional tapes, which really, gave you your first sense of Louis. And so Teresa has always blamed Marge for this. Well, Marge drops the bomb. The scream is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and Marge is finally able to get out that the person who really met with Louis' ex-fiance in 21 was Jackie Goldschneider. And Goldschneider, who's sitting next to Teresa, tries feebly, looking at Teresa, she's sitting next to her, tries feebly to, oh, you're a liar. I would never do a thing like that. What are you talking? And then if she finally, and then I think it was Melissa says to Jackie, listen, Jackie, if Marge is saying she's got some sort of proof, which we know Marge, she's got everything on her phone. Well, she certainly does. She's got the date. It was February XYZ, and in 2021, she didn't meet with just one of Louis' exes. She met with two of Louis' exes. So we now see, so Jackie knows that she's caught, and she turns to Teresa and she says, Teresa, I did. I did meet with them. And the table goes, and that's kind of how it ends. The wind gets knocked out of everybody's sail. Marge once again hits a direct bullseye in shutting down the Yapper Squad, which is Teresa and Jen Aydin. In fact, even Jen Aydin, I don't know if this was sincere on her part or not, but she's really taken aback, and she knows that Teresa is going to be very, very hurt when she gets over the shock of the fact that it was, Marge who delivered the coup de grace. And the party breaks up, and there are a couple shots of poor Jackie shuffling out of the restaurant, and somebody, it was a voiceover, somebody, I think it's Dolores, saying that Jackie may have shat her pants. And from what the camera is showing you, um, it looks like something happened just the way she's walking. And the also thing that I found a little disturbing, and it says to me, Jackie, please don't get off the show. This is not good for you. You were off for a year because you had some serious health issues that you were lucky enough to take care of. You even wrote a book, and you're helping people out there with the same thing that you had, which in her case was anorexia. And I don't know how this type of tension and acrimony is doing anything to help her, because of course the camera gets her in a profile and it looks like she's got like this belly protruding out, and gosh, I just felt for her. So what that tells me, and she's got no business being on this show with these people, and and it was really kind of sad to me. That was a very, very sad. If you get to see anything, watch the last 5 minutes. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the show. So anyway, that's all that I have to say about Jersey. And I talked about the OC and all that stuff. Told you beware for AI and how to grasp it. And I think that's all we have for today. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see and you want to hear about it next time I put out a report, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button. Helps us with the analytics. I think I told you in the last show I had a lot of views come from Ireland, from Dublin and Cork. Well, I'm telling you, Dublin and Cork, Mexico is giving you a run for your money. I was really happy to see all the views from Mexico. So, hola, gracias, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time here on the ORourke Report.